Welcome to our exploration of a provocative question. Is climate change just the new religion of the 21st century? In this video, we will delve into the intricacies of climate change not only as a scientific issue but as a belief system resembling traditional religions in various ways. From ritualistic behaviors and a reverence for nature to the emergence of climate leaders as prophets, we'll examine how modern society engages with the climate crisis. Join us as we unpack the moral imperatives, economic sacrifices, and the polarized landscape of believers versus skeptics that shape our response to environmental change. 1. Climate change as a belief system. For some, climate change has transcended beyond a mere scientific issue and morphed into a belief system. Followers of climate activism often adhere to a set of green practices and ideologies that resemble the tenets of a faith. This includes an unwavering commitment to sustainability and environmental protection, often seen as a moral duty. Just as religions have their doctrines, climate change activism presents a blueprint for how individuals should live their lives to ensure the planet's survival. This belief system shapes their values and influences their daily decisions, much like traditional religious teachings. 2. Ritualistic behavior. Everyday actions like recycling, minimizing plastic usage, and switching to renewable energy sources can be seen as modern-day rituals. Much like religious practices, these actions are repeated regularly with a sense of duty and purpose. People engage in these activities to demonstrate their commitment to the cause and to feel part of a larger community working toward a common goal. These behaviors are symbolic acts that reinforce the belief in the need to protect the environment, and they provide a sense of fulfillment that comes from living in alignment with one's values. 3. Fear of punishment. The messaging around climate change often parallels religious warnings of apocalyptic consequences if humanity does not act swiftly. This fear of punishment is a powerful motivator, driving people to adopt more sustainable practices out of concern for the future. Just as religions warn of dire outcomes for transgressions, climate narratives emphasize the catastrophic effects of inaction, such as extreme weather events, rising sea levels, and mass extinctions. This sense of impending doom serves as a catalyst for change, pushing individuals and governments to take immediate action. 4. Reverence for nature. Many environmental movements emphasize the sanctity of nature, akin to the spiritual reverence found in traditional religions. Nature is often personified and respected as a sacred entity that deserves protection and care. This reverence is reflected in the way people talk about the environment, using language that conveys awe and respect. Such attitudes towards nature can be compared to religious devotion, where the natural world is seen as a divine creation that must be preserved and cherished for future generations. 5. Climate leaders as prophets. Prominent figures like Greta Thunberg and Al Gore are sometimes viewed as prophetic voices within the climate movement. These individuals are seen as leaders who have been chosen to spread the message of environmental urgency. Much like prophets in religious traditions, they are revered for their ability to articulate the gravity of the situation and inspire action. Their speeches and writings are often quoted and shared widely, serving as rallying cries for those dedicated to combating climate change. 6. Sacred texts and goals. Key documents, such as the Paris Agreement and IPCC reports, are treated as sacred texts for climate believers. These texts outline the necessary steps to mitigate climate change and are often referenced as authoritative sources of guidance. They provide a framework for action and serve as a point of reference for activists and policymakers alike. These documents are respected and followed, much like holy texts in religious traditions, offering a roadmap for how the world should respond to the climate crisis. 7. Moral imperative. The climate movement, much like religion, calls for ethical responsibility and moral action to protect the planet. It emphasizes the importance of making choices that prioritize the well-being of the environment and future generations. This moral imperative resonates with many who feel a deep sense of duty to act in ways that align with their values. The movement challenges individuals to consider the moral implications of their actions and to strive for a more just and sustainable world. 8. Dividing believers and skeptics. the debate around climate change often creates polarization between believers and deniers. This division is reminiscent of the divide between religious adherents and skeptics, with each side holding firmly to their beliefs. The polarization can lead to heated debates and conflicts, as both groups seek to assert their viewpoints. This division highlights the deep emotional and ideological stakes involved in the climate change conversation, underscoring the complexity of the issue. 9. Economic sacrifices as tithes. People are urged to spend more on green products and services, which can be likened to paying a tithe in traditional religions. This economic sacrifice is seen as a necessary contribution to the greater good, supporting the transition to a more sustainable world. Just as tithing is a way to show commitment to a religious cause, investing in green solutions demonstrates dedication to the environmental movement. These financial choices reflect a willingness to prioritize the planet over personal convenience or financial gain. 10. Calls for faith in science. Advocates often urge trust in climate science as the ultimate authority, paralleling religious faith in higher powers. This call for faith in science is rooted in the belief that scientific evidence provides the most reliable understanding of the climate crisis. People are encouraged to rely on the expertise of scientists and to support policies based on scientific findings. This trust in science is seen as crucial for making informed decisions and effectively addressing the challenges posed by climate change.